Welcome to the How to Early Game as an ADC. The early game is the most important phase of League, especially as an ADC, and mastering it is the key to climbing. In this series we break the game down step by step because the best way to improve is to focus on the fundamentals. Today we'll start with a review of a viewer's game, followed by my own gameplay to show you how to apply these lessons in real time. Let's dive in. Today's viewer is Bronze Iron. He's playing ZERI. Let's try to analyze the game. First of all, starting from top lane, so Queen against Shen, the first 3 waves Queen will have the advantage. Echo against Xinzao mid lane, Xinzao will have an advantage the first 3 waves, and the kill pressure around top mid is pretty huge. And both ZERI Lux against Kai'Sa Teemo, we do have the prior. If you're interested in a more detailed analysis, I recommend you to watch my other videos. In this type of videos we'll try to just explain the whole early game and not to take too long. And conceptually, Evelynn and Mastery are snowball champs that wants resources and farm, and Mastery is not the best to gank. Evelynn either before level 6, so Mastery will try to look for counter ganks or like lanes that have high setups, or if the wave is pushed, for example if Queen pushes too much and she doesn't ward, Mastery can look, or Echo is low mid lane, something like that. So we do have prior, we'll look to get prior the first 3 waves. Let's see how we get that. Pretty normal cover from Tout Petit. Xinzao is AFK, we need to ping him, okay, he's leaving the base. Yeah, my my viewer is asking Lux to not leash, it's fine. Usually you cannot leash in lower elo. Your support will always look to leash because the jungle will always look to ask for a leash. The first thing you can do in this type of situation is to walk with the wave. But ZERI should have the walk with the wave, and depending on what enemy do, you can either stay on lane or just back off. Now that we see enemies, he could have played around here and try to hit the minions, and depending on what enemies do, he could have run back or just keep hitting the wave. Now in this situation he should walk with Lux because he will win the 2v1 situation, since Kai'Sa is hitting minions, she's just pretty far away. And around this, this line is pretty neutral, this is our line and this is enemy line. So around this line you will have your minions most of the time. And in this situation Kai'Sa is pretty far away, he could look to 2v1 the Teemo, right? So let's see, yeah. So our ZERI was a bit too far away, Lux is warding this bush, it's decent. I won't review too much the farm, but it's something that you guys need to focus on. So now you need to understand that he's getting pushed in, the 2 first waves are getting pushed in, so just respect the fact that they have the push, they have level 2 advantage. With this wave you can now be in a really good situation where enemies are stuck around this area, which makes you really safe and very hard for enemies to trade. And them being there, so in danger of a gank, even though Mastery is pathing top, they kinda don't know it, even though they warded Tribush, can be dangerous. And with since you kinda have the matchup, with Lux, because Lux is way stronger than Teemo because of the range and of the damage, you can look to trade against enemy bot lane, since ZERI and Kai'Sa is pretty decent, same matchup. So we can see already the first mistake here is to push this wave too fast, so we end up in a neutral position. Here, where we could have the lane and build up a slow push here. Again, something that I see in a lot of reviews, people using their passive with ZERI too much. Just keep your passive so you are able to trade. Look for a slow trade, since you have your E and passive, usually that's the way you trade. And since enemies were around here, you can look for an easy trade. Now it's third wave, so you look to push. I like this ping, meaning that my ZERI is looking to push. I don't like the fact that he just stops to auto attack, or I don't like the fact that he's a bit AFK when he has his passive up or E. He should look to do some trades. As we can see, only Lux traded on Teemo since the beginning of the game, and there is no reason for this ZERI to be scared of trading Kai'Sa in the minions, because the Q of Kai'Sa non-isolated is not a lot of damage, and you cannot get hit by W since you're in your minions. So yeah, he should have played way more aggro. He's a bit too passive, too AFK, I would say, in this lane for sure, using his passive too much. Now the wave is too big and we can't really trade, so you can utilize your passive to thin the wave, which is a good way to use it. Try to not use it on minions that have less than 15% HPs, since your passive non-stacked already executes them. Try to use it on high HP minions, so you deal as much as damage with your passive. Oh, this W was insane. You should have the look to E and keep trading. So most of this lane is very passive, basically AFK. Here we have advantage of HPs. Again, Lux ZERI is stronger than Kai'Sa in ZERI in every way, unless you do 2v1 trade. So let's say Timo is here, Kai'Sa is here, you're here, and there's no minions. You get 2v1, and you get isolated Q with by Kai'Sa and isolated W. I mean, isolated W just means that you get hit by W, right? But there is no way in a normal setup, which is a 2v2 with Lux against 2v2 Timo, you never lose. So you should play more aggressively. You should perma hit this wave, and when you get your passive up, look to even like kill him right now. W can kill him. He will flash out for sure. I don't get why my viewer is so scared to trade. In general, guys, try to trade as much as possible. I mean, try to visualize the trade as much as possible. Try to understand where you can be strong or not. I see a lot of viewers missing too much opportunities. Playing safe is not what will make you win games. Being ahead before 10 minutes, that's what will carry you most of the games. Getting an early game lead, that's what will end up winning you games. So right now my ZERI shouldn't base. She should keep pressuring. She should base on the cannon wave if possible, because I mean, Lux is pretty useless and Timo is coming back full HP. Yeah, so I like the fact that he played aggro. I mean, let's see, because I was speaking too much, but yeah, exactly, this wave should have been a slow push, so stack 2 waves. It's a way better way to do. Since Timo is base, we can pressure, and I mean, he's naturally doing it since the next wave is coming, so it's fine. But he could have played a bit slower. If he played slower, this E would have been deadly. Let's see. If you push this wave slower, she's around here instead of here, and this particular E will have the kill them. See? Let's watch it again. Okay. So if the wave was here, enemies would have been around here, and he could have the kill them, or they make him use a flash or summoner spell. So he pushed way too fast, and the wave was in a position where we don't like. If possible, crash your waves around here, because the closer of the turret is the crash, the worse it is. Try to have it here, but the ward before crash is very good. I love this ward. Try to ward always before your crash. That's usually when you get ganked, and that's the only time where you can get, I mean, die from a gank. And most of the times. So yeah, push this wave and look to base instantly. You have your spike. Basically, you have a tier 2 boots, and you base on a wave that you stacked 2 waves, so that's good. Enemies will have trouble. I mean, will lose a bit of time taking these minions of the turret, and since you pushed deep, you get the tempo and you can base, which is good. Okay. But he's not basing, he's overstaying this way for useless spike, so now he's staying, which is bad, and he is staying and he's not pushing. I mean, I don't like, usually, I mean, most of the times, my viewer here is playing too safe. Kai'Sa is useless basically, and Timo is useful, and he's not here, so he should hit this wave, because he needs to win time. The more time he wins, the better it is, because Lux can come and they for sure win the 2v2, since again you win the matchup. As ZERI looks into Kai'Sa Timo, and Kai'Sa is pretty much useless, where my ZERI is full HP, full mana. My Kai'Sa enemy is 60% HP with no mana, so there is no reason here to not pressure and keep pressuring them. If you pressure it and Timo is coming here to poke you, just W him and run away. But since I mean, this Timo is playing pretty passive, and my ZERI even more, but watch here, no more Q of Timo. Kai'Sa no mana. I hope we kill them. I hope my viewers here play very aggro, but now he's using passive on cannon, and he's again 2 FK, playing very far where he could just kill them. So I mean, yeah, not much to say about this replay. Just my viewer playing way too passive, not knowing when to base, poor wave management, I would say. But overall, the idea is that he's playing too passive, not visualizing his matchup enough, and again here pushing too fast. It's the same mistakes over and over usually. People often do the same mistakes over and over. Here he's playing way too safe. You are ZERI. He can play very aggro, even if he thinks the enemy jungler is here. The enemy jungle is Evelyn. She's not level 6 yet, and even she's ZERI. She can play very aggro in this area, so she can up on the wall. And as ZERI guys, try to play as aggressive as possible, because if, for example, Evelyn comes and he wins the time and he survives to the gank, which will in most situations happen, especially that enemy bot lane doesn't have CC or setup, he will just be able to run away and E over the wall, while it does make lose time Evelyn, and more importantly, you give info to the enemy team, I mean to your team. So yeah, I mean overall, not much to say. My viewer is just playing Minecraft basically, not playing aggro enough, not knowing the limits of his champion, of his matchup, which is a bit sad. And now, yeah, I mean, what he's doing is very good. He's trying to kite Evelyn and staying near the wall. And as you can see, like I said, you're very safe with the wall with ZERI, even if at this state of the game Evelyn is level 6 and full combos you, since you have barrier, you have potions, you have cookies. And again here, if my viewer could ask Lux to come on lane, because it's a slow push, so they need to crash this wave, especially it's a cannon and Kai'Sa didn't base yet, it would have been better. Unless Kai'Sa base, which if Kai'Sa base, my viewer needs to base to match the base of Kai'Sa, and since the wave is frozen, it's perfect. But right now he's doing a huge mistake trying to crash the wave. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. It's been a while didn't base, which is a huge mistake as ZERI. You should abuse the base of this champ, especially if you look to, I mean, if you can have base rank 2 boots, you can usually base without losing anything. But even if you don't rush boots, yeah, you can usually come back on lane and lose anything. So let's jump into the Ashe Senna driven Janna matchup. It can be difficult, it's a contested matchup, so I will teach you how to play a contested matchup. Senna Janna are like short trades support champions, and Ashe driven kinda have the same strengths. We win short and long trades usually, but since Draven is a really strong champ, we don't always win those, and yeah, we need to be careful on how we do it. Janna has Aeri Resolve, or Senna has Grasp, enemy has Conqueror, I have Lethal Tempo, but I have Biscuits. We invaded, so we had the pressure on lane, which is important. The second they come on lane, I try to utilize my W and auto them. Trying to contest the wave, as you can see, like auto as much as I can. The idea still is to get the push, and once you get the push, try to still trade. As you can see, once I have my W, I'm looking to trade, and I will look to all in. This all in would have been very good if I played that well. I just had to, instead of flashing here, flash out here. I mean, flash out here, flash out here. Since he's slowed, he wouldn't have made the range, but since I flash out in the alcove, he can reach me, and it's not the worst, but it's not the best, because the wave is in a very bad spot for me. Since he's pushing towards him, I'm losing a lot of CS, and the wave will be there, which will be an issue also for enemy, for our bot lane, since we don't have Sams anymore. So right now me and Viego are actually pinging the enemy jungle. We need to be careful, but Senna is level 3, so she has like W and E, right? So we still have some, we can escape very easily. So right now we are in the crashing line, so we need to try to crash the wave. Once it's done, the wave will be in the neutral line, so we try to slow push it. Here, like for example, Draven is looking for an auto. At the second he's looking for an auto, I'm looking to trade him, and it will be like this the whole game. Here I'm just going frontward and backward to bait them and force them to trade, to set up a gank for Viego. So right now I just speed it up, we push and base, nothing too crazy. Now the wave will bounce back to us, and we need to respect their power, but Janna is roaming, so I'm trying to 2v1, but my Senna doesn't want to. It's fine, guys. The power of any player in League is to adapt. So even if you're a support or jungle or teammate, anyone, if you ping them to do something and they don't do it, it's life. You have to adapt to it, right? I think we would have won that, but we don't, so it's fine. Now I need to adapt. I'm very low HP, so I will put in X1 speed, so you see my movement. It's very important. You see them. You need to be really careful in this type of matchup to have a very good spacing. So for example, right now I'm looking for a 1v1 trade with Janna. I W'd her and try to auto her, and as soon as I do that, I run back, so I don't trade against Draven, since he's way stronger than me. I let Senna trade Draven because she's winning the short trades with Grasp and Q. But I kinda don't win against Draven, and I kinda don't want to do like 40-60 trades against Draven since I'm already low HP. But right now he has no minions and he's very deep, and I have my minions, so I'm trying to trade with him and try to align with Senna so she can eat the Q and I can eat the healing with Senna. So they keep pushing, and trying to trade whenever I have W, trying to always try to auto and go back. That's very important. Since I don't win like long trades against Draven, I'm just trying to kite him, and now Viego is coming, so we win the trade. Let's go fast forward, taking the plate basing. Here Janna is roaming and Raven needs to crash, so he will die. Gonna crash, and once I'm level 6, always with Ashe, I'm trying to ulti on cooldown. Not basing because I don't have the best base anyway, and if Draven decides to full push, I would have lost CS, so I'm just staying here to not lose too much. W the cannon, etc. And now I put X1 speed, so you see my spacing. As you can see, the second he goes back, I try to auto aim. Now I have W, he tries to go for me, but I misclick on the minion. This little spacing is very important. Like you can see, I'm trying to 1v1 Janna. By 1v1 Janna, I bait Draven in. He gets kinda fucked by Senna, and he ends up dying. So this spacing is very important. Spacing has to be the most difficult thing as you that you can do as an ADC. Champs like Ashe help you learn that mechanic a lot. Draven too, but yeah. So right now he's pushing me to respect, but Senna is coming and Janna is roaming, so we just 2v1 him. Keeps dying. It's fine. Now I'm staying bot because we want to keep the pressure since everyone is top, and if I base I won't keep the pressure, and Janna will roam for free, so I'm staying to pressure more. And here I miss my arrow and my spacing is not the best. Like I think I take a turret shot right here. Yeah, which is very bad. I should have just pushed this wave and base, but I'm trying to space him again and again, try to play with my limits. But the issue is that it's a bit too deep. I mean, it's been a while since I'm playing very aggro and enemy team is topside, so they had the time to come bot and we lose a lot from that, which is a huge mistake. We need to be very careful to not lose our lead, and in terms of ganks and stuff we need to be really aware, so be careful with this. Now we come back bot, try to cancel them, but they base very far. Since they base very far, we try to get this T1. We get this T1 and ending phase is over, so yeah. If you want me to review one of your games, guys, just comment in the YouTube section or just add me on Discord. It's Frappii. And if you want me to review a specific matchup, just write it down in the comment section. Even if I didn't play it, I can find it on YouTube and try to review it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this type of videos. If you have any feedback to give me, just again write down in the YouTube section, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Bye bye, see you in the next one.